Hey, so I gotta cover this. Antoine Massey. Antoine Massey. Y'all know that's one of the ones who ran out of the prison out there in Louisiana in something parish. I'm looking at a video of him saying he's saying his innocence. He got paperwork showing on the TV, on the internet, I guess, of his innocence, and he asking for help. And what I want to say is I don't know if the brother is innocent or not, but one thing I got to do is I got to spread the message, because if the brother is on the TV saying that he's wrongfully incarcerated, who am I to say that he's not wrongfully incarcerated? His name is Antoine Massey. He's one of the ones that's still on the run. Out of the, I guess it was 10 people that left, they caught 8 of them, and there's still 2 at large. And he's doing a good job of staying out, but he say he need help. So, if y'all hear this, spread the word, man. If you think he's innocent, because some people be innocent, man, and they some people wrongfully convict people, man. I don't know. Allegedly, allegedly he's saying he didn't do it. I mean, allegedly he did it. I don't know. Allegedly, I don't know. But one thing, I felt the message, and I got to give a shout out to Urban Politics. He covered the story. He did a reaction to it, and I just have to, I gotta jump behind. If Urban Politics did it, I got, that's a channel that I watch, and I look up to, because he don't really do no clickbait and stuff. So, I don't do clickbait pages. I can't stand clickbait pages. However you hustle, that's cool, but I like the real information. I like to give real reactions, real information. I like to give my opinion. But the brother's showing paperwork saying that the lady said he didn't do nothing to her. So it's our job as a people, to stand up and help get the message out. That's what I'm doing with this video right here. I just want to get the message out. The brother say he innocent. He calling out rappers, NBA YoungBoy, Lil Wayne, Drake, whoever, Kendrick Lamar, whoever, if you can help him. Jay-Z was notorious at helping people.
Parish jail. I was in custody for almost 8 months. All right, 6 months, something like that. I was in there for theft of a motor vehicle and domestic abuse involving strangulation. That's what I was in Orleans Parish for. Okay, but before I was in Orleans Parish, I was in a jail called St. Tammany Detention Center. All right, St. Tammany Jail here in St. Tammany Parish. There's 2 different parishes, Orleans and St. Tammany. Okay, today what I want to talk about is that I was on second-degree kidnapping, second-degree rape, domestic abuse, battery involving strangulation, domestic abuse, battery, violation of protective order, right? On this woman right here, her name is Diamond White. That's her name. This is a district attorney drop form right here. And she's not a child, she's an adult, a full adult. I was dating this woman. This is a legalized affidavit saying all allegations against me is false. All allegations against me is false. I was nowhere around her or none of that during the timing of the date, which was November the 10th of 2024. Okay, so
Yeah, but like I said, Jay-Z was notorious for helping, innocent people get out of jail. And, if the brother's innocent, nobody wants to be wrongfully convicted, man. Some people say stuff to... it happened to me one time. A dude said I did something, and he was actually just scared because I was around. I said, what you scared of? So you called and made all these false charges for no reason. So I ended up getting a DA reject. But, this is California, so it's a little different out here. They take justice a little bit more serious. I'm not saying ain't nobody wrongfully convicted out here, but, it's a little bit different in California than it is Louisiana. When you think of Louisiana, you think of rough times and back in slavery days and all that type of stuff. When I think of the prison Angola, I just think of like some rough, hard times. Brothers don't really know what it's like, to be in one of them type of prisons, man, that old school beating train tracks and, working out on the train track. Like, we'll never know nothing like that. We come from the city, man, so it's a little different. So I just felt, I was watching Urban Politics, and I just felt I felt the pain from the brother. I felt the vibe. So, you know, when I feel something, I need to react to it. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the brother. Hopefully he get the help that he needs to help fight his case. And you know, the brother's showing the paperwork on the screen. So I can't really read the paperwork, so I really don't know. But something just moved inside of me and told me to cover this. When I seen Urban Politics cover it, I said, man, it's a done deal. Urban Politics is a real channel, and they cover real live stuff that's going on in this world. So I look up to them. You know, somebody reach out, you know, make a video or tag somebody or let somebody know, you know, if they can help him, or because the brother only need a lawyer. He just said he didn't have enough money for a lawyer. And you know, I feel I've been in that position too, where I couldn't afford a lawyer, man, you know, in my younger days. And that's like crazy, because you go in there with a public defender, and the public defender be actually working with the DA's office. They all friends, going to lunch together and everything. So I felt his pain when he said he couldn't afford a lawyer, and he could, you know, he shouldn't be incarcerated. If he had a lawyer, he wouldn't be incarcerated. So that's what really touched me right there. But you know, hopefully Antoine Massey is, you know, not guilty. Hopefully he's innocent, and you know, somebody submit his paperwork to the Innocence Project, or you know, help him get one of them lawyers, because I heard the Innocence Project, they getting people out, man. If you ain't guilty, they getting people out. So you just got to bring awareness. Nobody's gonna know. It's like I was wondering, like, I got a clothing line. I was wondering why at first it wasn't selling. That's because I wasn't advertising. So right now is what I'm doing is I'm just advertising for the brother. If hopefully I'm not advertising for the wrong thing. Hopefully I'm advertising and the brother is really innocent. But you got to advertise. You got to get the message out there if you want somebody to help. So, you know, free Antoine Massey if he's innocent. You know, all good. Thanks for watching. If you get any value from this video, please like, follow, and subscribe. Like, follow, and subscribe. It don't cost a red hot penny to like, follow, and subscribe. If you can't, hit that notification bell. But if you cannot subscribe, if you don't feel like subscribing, you don't feel like whatever, please hit the like button. Just hit. That's all I ask for. Is I appreciate if you hit that like button, because it lets that video go around in the YouTube atmosphere, and people can judge it, like it, comment, react to it, whatever, you know. But it's moving around. It gives the video legs where it move around in the atmosphere. But I appreciate y'all. Thanks for having me. See you later.